Hello everyone, and welcome to a new video. This is the story of a lone truck driver who one night was on his way to his destination with a very valuable cargo. The night was cold and desolate, and the truck driver began to feel a little uneasy. Suddenly, he saw something in the darkness that made him stop the truck. What mysteries are hidden on the road? What secrets lurk in the darkness? Join us to discover the story and the terrors that the trucker encountered on his way.
It was a cold, dark night when the truck driver set out in his truck for a long journey. As he traveled down the road, he saw something that terrified him. He was standing on the side of the road, a dark figure with a hood hiding his face. He wondered if he should stop, but his fear prevented him from doing so. Then, suddenly, the figure moved and pointed at the truck. He froze, not knowing what to do. Then the truck began to move, as if it was being guided by something invisible. The truck driver tried to slow down, but the truck kept moving at full speed. Finally, he managed to stop the truck, and when he looked out the window, he saw that the figure had disappeared. The man was so terrified that he could hardly move. He sat there in the driver's seat, trembling with fear. He knew there was something frightening on the road, but he didn't know what it was. Finally, he forced himself to start the truck again and sped away. For the rest of the trip, the truck driver looked in the rearview mirror every moment, fearing that the terrifying figure would reappear. Finally, upon reaching his destination, he was relieved but at the same time intrigued and nervous as he could not explain what had been the terrifying creature that had appeared that night in his path. He went home that night, his heart racing and his mind overwhelmed with fear. For the rest of the week, he tried to forget the terrifying figure, but could not. Every time he got into the truck to embark on a new journey, the figure would return to his mind. As the days passed, the truck driver began to have nightmares and felt that the figure was stalking him. Finally, he decided that he would never go out in the truck at night again, for fear of encountering something terrifying. From then on, he always made sure that someone else accompanied him on his trips.
This story tells us about a truck driver who is confronted by a terrifying figure on a lonely road. We have seen how fear prevents him from acting, and how terrifying events haunt him throughout the week. This story leaves us with many unanswered questions, which makes it all the more intriguing. Who was that terrifying figure? What was he doing there? What would have happened if the truck driver had decided to stop? Share your theories and answers with us in the comments. Thanks for listening, and see you in the next story.